Hello Milky friends, it is Milkstew here with you for another Idle Heroes video. I hope you are well. We're here to talk about Idle Heroes for another week. It's a boring week this week. I'm trying to sound upbeat this week, but it's not. It is the Wishing Fountain / campaign event week. I mean, to be fair, these two events used to be separate before they did Imp Monopoly, and then it was really truly boring when you just had the Wishing Fountain event by itself, and it was really truly boring when you had the campaign event by itself. Now they've combined two boring events together, so it's a bit less boring. I'm going to give them that. Truth be told, you could probably stick all three of those events together, Imp Monopoly, Lost Island, and Wishing Fountain event, and come up with a completely new event, but that might just be a bit too much idle heroing for the average player who are already struggling with a new guild war and the fact that it's far more involved every day. All of a sudden, idle hero is very slowly becoming active hero. And that's just too much for certain people. Anyway, let's talk about the events. We're here to talk about the value. And really, guys, the only thing that's worth talking about, these value packs, just go into my spreadsheet. The values are already in there. They don't change from week to week. So these ones, for example, if we look at the campaign currency and wishing coin event, I mean, it's not the best value. So and again, I apologize for the people that watch this on their mobiles. It's not big enough. I'll just read out the values. But effectively, you can buy, there's a $100 package, a $70 package, a $30 package, and a $10 package. And when you do out the math, and if you believe in the conversion factors, and for the most part, most of you trust how I got the value. So the wishing coins, obviously, they're about 20 gems a piece, and that comes directly from Adventure in Celestial Island, where you can buy, I think it's, you can basically buy each coin at 25 gems a piece, which I think is a fucking ripoff considering what you get for it, which is nothing. But most people argue that you should buy these wishing coins because when you do the Wishing Fountain event, one of the rewards is profit orbs. And I'm going to debunk just the true value of buying wishing coins to get profit orbs and super wishing coins. I'm just going to debunk that in this video. Leaving that aside, then you get the campaign currency, you get the profit orbs, and you get 10,000 gems. And so, when you do it on how many gems do you get per dollar spent basis, right? The $100 one gets you 190 gems per dollar spent, and then that just decreases in value all the way down to the $10 one, and that's 176 gems per dollar spent. So it's terrible value. So then you might be like, well, okay, this crystal package seems pretty good. $50, 50 American dollars, which I've some of you found out is not the same in different countries, right? So this pack, it's $50 in America, but it's obviously more in euros, more in pounds, more in Korean wons, and less in other currencies, which I won't mention, otherwise they'll change. And it's even more in Australian dollars. When you convert the Australian dollar to basically the equivalent American dollar, it's worth way, way, way more. In other countries, it's less, but we're not going to get into that. So, valued on the basis of 50 American dollars, how much is this pack worth? And so, the thing to be careful about this pack is there's a value trap here. So, the thing here is this skin. Just be mindful of the fact that this one is not tied to an event. This Russell skin, right? Meaning, one day you'll be able to fuse just 5 of these yellow bullet skins, the normal common skins, to get that Russell skin, right? So it's not an event limited or festival limited skin, which are the ultra rare ones, which you can never fuse for. So that's the only thing to be mindful of when you're thinking about buying this week's pack. As sexy as that skin is, it's not festival limited. It is just a limited skin. Right, so then you're like, well, that's a lot of gold. That's a lot of universal crystal shards. That tongue-tied. Pretty good value for $50. Probably should be $100. So this is a value trap, right? So you just got to be a smidge careful, right? So if you go to my spreadsheet, I've already entered the value in and linked to the updated spreadsheet below. But effectively, you come out at, when you do the math, 318 gems per dollar, and a lot of that rides on the value they get rides on how much you can buy gold for. So gold, I can buy basically around 2 million for 20 gems, and that's really good right? A lot of you can't get that because you're not VIP 11 and you're not level 293, which is why in the spreadsheet, you have to type in before you use the spreadsheet how much you can get gold for. Gold is more valuable to newer players than it is to older, more spend-heavy players, right? Because we get gold at a much better deal, right? So let's assume that you, for example, can only get 50,000 gold per gem, as opposed to my close to 100,000 gold per gem. How much is then that stone package worth? So if you type in that value, like let's go to 50,000 gems, gold per gem, you can get when you use the Hand of Midas, right? So then that revalues the stone package, and that comes out to about 355 gems per dollar spent, which is much better than the 319 that it was previously, using my sort of Hand of Midas, how much I can buy gold for rate. And typically, good value, according to the spreadsheet, if you believe in these other values. What we're looking for is, on average, at least 354 gems per dollar spent, which the stone package doesn't hit if you use my Hand of Midas gold value, but it does hit if you're at least half that, right? The other thing to be mindful of is that I've said the universal crystal shards are only worth, where is it? Here, these little fuckers here, right? These universal crystal shards are only worth 1.25 gems each, right? And you would argue, well, Melk, so that's not really fair, because no one in their right mind would actually go in, buy 300 of these, and then go away and buy basically at the end of the event. They're not going to go in and buy 3 scrolls, right? They're not stupid enough to come in here and buy 3 of these scrolls, which are worth 125 gems a piece, right? So that's how you get the 1.25 gems per compass, right? The 1 to 1.25. No one's going to buy that, right? They're going to save it up and they're going to buy the Rui Scepter. I agree, right? So if on the spreadsheet you do not believe it's worth 1.25, let's say you're worth, I don't know. Let's say it's worth 10 times that amount, right? So if you think it's worth 12.5 gems per universal crystal shard, what does that do to the math, right? The stone package. Well then, if you think it's worth 10 times that amount, then that basically changes it to 385 gems per dollar spent on the stone package, right? So whether or not you buy the stone package this week comes down to two things, right? It comes down to, one, whether or not you how much basically you can buy gold for at the Hand of Midas shop. You're never going to get my value. Some of you might, but you're never going to be... I doubt any of you are close to level 11 and level 300, right? VIP 11, level 300. And also it comes down to your valuation of universal crystal shards, right? I've gone with like the rock bottom. If you're stupid, these are universal crystal shards just to buy scrolls. Then these 300 universal crystal shards here are only worth 375 gems. That's the rock bottom value, right? On that basis alone, you should not buy this this crystal package. But if you, I need to rename it, I called it stone package for some strange reason. But if you believe that it is worth inherently more, those two items, gold and the universal crystal shards, then go away and buy it. Then it's above the average of 350 gems per dollar spent that we look for when buying these special packages, right? So that's the key takeaway for this week. This crystal package comes down to how much you can get gold for and what you really think universal crystal shards are worth. So then if we turn our attention to the Wishing Fountain event, let's talk about Mysterious Chest. So Mysterious Chest, there's no real need to talk about the first one because everyone just buys it, because that's basically saying, if you leave aside the purple goo, that's saying each of the scrolls are worth 100 gems each, so that's a mandatory buy, and as a bonus, you're going to get the purple goo, right? Then if you go to the profit orbs, it's basically saying each profit orb is, 1,500 divided by 4, it's like, less than 400? Maybe around 300. And each profit orb we're saying is worth 450 each. So to buy 4 of these alone, say in Adventure by the merchant on Celestial Island, 4 times 450 is 1650, so it's going to cost you 1,500. Here, instantly, you're going to get 150 gems discount plus these 10,000 monster souls. So that's an instant must buy. So those two people usually buy without a shadow of a doubt. Then this skins one. So this skin shards pack, you get 5 of those. So you basically, you could theoretically fuse this skin shard pack and get the new skin, assuming that they've opened it up and put it into the fusions pool, right? You could use this pack to get the new sexy Russell skin, right? So that's 1875 value and 3,000 monster bits. So, or these, what do you call them? Chaos stones. So theoretically, for 2,500 gems, this is a good buy. This is a very good buy. Because I think in the adventure, the merchant, I think this skin shard pack costs about 3,000 gems. And so you get a 500 gem discount, plus you get these Dark Souls Chaos Stones for free, right? That's a must buy. Then if we look at we're going to skip the 4,000 pack, go to the 6,000 pack. This exclusive orange artifact, which I bought, because I bought this simply because in Celestial Island, the merchant, they sell it for 5,000 gems a piece, and for an extra 1,000 gems, it's basically saying I'll give you 30,000 guild coins. Guild coins to upgrade your tech with. I'm like, okay, that's a no-brainer. That's a pretty good deal, right? Because the cheapest place you can, the only other place you can buy orange exclusive artifact is, like I said, the merchant from a Celestial Island during the adventures. That's 5,000 gems a piece, and I was just gonna buy it for the food so I can do more upgrades with Ormus's workshop. Unfortunately, when I opened up the exclusive orange artifact, and I say unfortunately, I got a rune's power, which is actually valuable right now, so I can't sacrifice it, which is tragic. Because if you look at my bag, right, there's all this shit, like, even the non-exclusive artifacts, like this one, the Fearless Armor, and the Magic Source. I just got, like, way too many, to the point where sometimes you wish you didn't get it, so then you don't have the burden of actually having to upgrade these things, because these are the ones that are valuable. Fearless Armor and Magic Source. Anytime you get these, you just shouldn't sacrifice it. In fact, I did a bad thing. I actually sacrificed a Magic Source because I originally had 3 Magic Sources at 1 star. That I sacrificed one of them just to basically upgrade my AMB last week in Ormus's workshop, because I couldn't wait, and that's kind of a bad thing, especially in this meta of like as many heroes as possible for Guild War or Guild War. You just need, if you don't want to swap artifacts and armor, you just need as much shit out there as possible. And yeah, honestly, I don't feel bad for sacrificing it because I still have 2 to upgrade. But now the problem is I have 4 orange artifacts to upgrade, and it's going to cost a fuck ton of like just materials just to get those up to par. Stuff that I can't sacrifice to get an even more powerful artifact for PvP. So right now, I've got, what do I have? I've got an upgraded Demon Bell, an upgraded Rui, and an upgraded Augustus Magic Ball. And my intent is to upgrade at least each of these items to basically 3 stars. 3 stars purple, whatever that is. 3 stars, what do they call it? I keep forgetting it. Splendid. Right, and you'd be like, well, Melksel, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Dreams, right? Long-term goals. As a minimum, I want to get all of them to basically glittery. And then I'm going to get a couple of them to radiant. Like, for example, Demon Bell, I think it's possibly doable because the energy, it might not seem valuable right now, but it will come in valuable like down the track is what I'm guessing. And I value that. And I also want to upgrade Kiss of Ghost. So those are the 2 that I want to get to like 3 star first. But I need more Kiss of Ghost copies, and I need more Demon Bells. And I also need a lot more sacrificial artifact food. And it doesn't help, like I said, when you get shit like Rune's Power. When you didn't really want Rune's Power, because that's my 2nd Rune's Power now. Anyway, that's the Mysterious Chest. This 4,000 one, again, it comes down to what you value this this Elite Hero Shard at. And in my worksheet, right, I've basically said it's worth 637. And you can check out the math and spreadsheet. It's worth 637 gems. So then you're like, well, okay, if that's 637 gems, how much is the pink dust worth? So the pink dust you can buy on Celestial Island at, what is it? It's something really infinitesimal. So pink dust, it's 0.12 of a gem per dust, right? So if you're going to get 35,000, so how many are you going to get there? So if you're going to get in the game, if we're going to give you, what is it? 35,000, that's right. So 35,000 times the value of 0.12 gems per dust. So they're saying that's 4,200 plus the 600 for the heroic elite hero shard. Borderline, right? So they're saying you're going to get 4,800 gem value. They want 4,000 gems. Yeah, I mean, it's there. It's there. It's look, these all these packs are definitely good value, right? All these boxes. It's just a question of priorities, right? Gems are limited, so what are your priorities and what are you going to spend your shit on? Honestly, if gems wasn't an issue and I could just spend on anything, I probably would buy these two boxes like in a heartbeat. But the problem is I'm just trying to save up for I'm just trying to buy scrolls every day, and that costs a lot. Like, so these heroic summon scrolls for me right now, it's about getting a new hero as quickly as possible. Like Rogan, everyone thought, yeah, not really must have, but the reality is the meta on my server, especially for PvP, if you want to come top in PvP, you need a Rogan, right? So these guys on my server right now, they're just not that guy, but this guy, for example, he's shitting on everyone with his Rogan Drake combo. Like, we can't beat him. I mean, this guy sometimes beat him. I think he avoids number 3, to be honest. And this guy, see, he's got a Rogan now, right? So Rogan is key if you want to be like top 5 on my server. That's speed advantage. This guy's got Rogan Drake combo. This guy's got Rogan Drake combo, right? That's where the meta is going. The Sherlock, I don't know, double carry and then double Ruda or triple carry double Ruda combo, that's gone. That's disappeared. It's about Rogan now. Rogan and Drake. Everyone needs a Rogan. So if you didn't manage to get a Rogan, so this guy, Bernac, oh, you bought the skin. You bought the skin, you dirty, dirty boy. He's not at the top anymore. He didn't build Rogan. And no one built Rogan except for the few that sort of worked it out and thought, yep, Rogan, the plus however many speed at the start, the bonus that you get for 2 rounds. That advantage that you get is just so significant that changes the game that people decided, yep, gotta build Rogan. So that's why I'm focusing on buying scrolls with my gems as opposed to like anything else. Like the pink dust, like everyone always needs pink dust. Yeah. But the bigger constraining factor when you roll for stones is more gold than it is pink dust, right? So how much pink dust do I have right now? If we go to my bag. If we go to my bag. I've got 409,000 pink dust, but I've only got 43 million gold, right? Constraining factor. Not pink dust. Just gold. So I don't need that. And I don't really need any more skins. If you look at how many skins I fucking have. Like, look how many purple skins I have, right? The ones that you can fuse together. Like, spare. Fuck me. Look, 2 Amun-Ra spares. I'm probably going to get out of that my second Amun-Ra and convert that into carry once I get enough copies. I've got so many spare skins right now. I mean, it'd be nice, again. I think I basically have all the purple skins, all the ones that you can fuse for. What I don't have is a new Russell one. So that's something to shoot for. But I've got all the yellow ones, basically all the purple ones. And as much as I am a dirty skin collector, I just don't need any more skin packs right now. So that's where we're at in terms of those chests that you can buy and what my thoughts are on them. Then if we... Turning to the other final piece of value analysis, a lot of people say, well, Milks too. You basically buy wishing coins basically to do because with wishing coins, if you do 50 of them, Milks too, you get these profit orbs and you get 2 super wishing coins. Fine, let's do the fucking value analysis, right? Let's just do the very quick value analysis. So we'll do spins, actual coins used, and let's assume that most of you aren't like new players. So you get the discount when you do the wishing coin. What I mean is that with super wishing coin, if you are past a certain level, not there. If you're past a certain level, or if you're a certain VIP level, you basically get to do 10 spins for 8 coins, right? So you get a 20% discount. So we'll do 50 spins, 100 spins, 200 spins, then 300 spins, and then the super wishing coins, you're getting a discount. So is that times 80%, you get a 20% discount. It's going to cost you 40 coins. And I'm just going to blanket assume that that's the case for everyone, right? So if you're not and you're new, you're out of luck. Suck shit. Sorry. All right. So please don't unsubscribe. So let's talk about how many profit orbs you get. And you get super wishing coins. Profit orbs are worth 450 a piece. Super wishing coins you can buy from the merchant. And what is it per? It's 200 per merchant at the merchant, right? So then if we do this, and then let's see what we get. Well, the prizes that we get at each level, because I forget. I am slightly dyslexic. Not dyslexic. I'm old and I forget what you get now. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 4. All right. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 4. And then at the 300 level, you get 2, you get feathers. 2, and then a hero. And then you get feathers. Feathers using the same spreadsheet, where it contains all my value. We say 1 feather is actually worth feathers, 52 gems per feather. All right, so you get 5 of those, and a hero, which is worth 400 gems. It's Sigmund. Sigmund for me is food, so whatever you think it's worth, you just multiply it out however you want. So then, and we're saying each coin, wishing coin, is worth 25 gems a piece, I believe, is what I said. So if I go to my spreadsheet, yeah, each wishing coin, you can buy it from the merchant in Adventure Island, 25 gems per coin. So then if we do out the math, what does that look like? So total cost, total reward, spell reward. So then if we do that, wrap text, and this is for the guy that always says, well, Milkstool, yes, you can't look at the coins in terms of what you get on this wheel. Because if you look at the rewards that you get on this wheel, ignore the fact that I got very lucky in my last spin, and I got, in one spin, basically the Fat Moo and the 4-star skin shard and the artifact. If you ignore that for a fact, if you look at the shit that you can get on this wheel, and then the odds of getting the shit, like, for example, the hero, 0.1 of a chance of getting that, the shard, 2% of getting that, right? If you do the expected value of what you can get out of this wheel, it's actually phenomenally low, right? It's basically close to 0 gems in terms of what you get from this wheel. So you spend 25 gems, and if you spin this wheel, what you get back on an expected value basis is actually less than 25 gems when you do out the math, right? But then I always get the argument from that one guy, you know who you are. It's like, well, Milkstool, you don't actually spin this wheel to get the shit on this wheel. You basically spin the wheel to get profit orbs and super wishing coins. Fine. We're going to put the now that I have values for super wishing coins and the actual wishing coins, we can put this argument to rest, right? You can say, well, Milkstool, fuck you, you're wrong. All right, let's see what the math says. So sum product, total cost, what am I doing? Is equal to that times that. Right, no, that's not it. That's not what we want. So basically the math says, this is what the math says, right? So just formatting to make it look sexy, boys and girls. So then the math is saying, if you want to do 50 spins, it's going to cost you 1,000 gems. If you want to do 100 spins, it's going to cost you 200 gems. And then if you want to do 3,000 spin, it's going to cost you 6,000 gems to do 300 spins. That's if you go away and buy all the coins that you can from Adventure Island or the Aspen Dungeon, which is the other place I think you can get it. Fine, so that's the cost. Milkstool, tell me, what kind of shit am I getting in return? Because that's what you're all really here to understand. All right, fine. Let's go away and do it. So then we go sum product. We got that, and then we multiply it by that. There we go. There we go. How's everyone's week? Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, good. So then we get total cost. This is cumulative, by the way. So we got to do how much it costs at each band to get an apples for apples answer. Because this 6,000 is assuming you do 300, and whereas you want to say at the 50 spin mark, this is how much it costs, and here are the rewards. At the 100 spin mark, here's how much it costs, and how much it incrementally costs, and here's the incremental rewards, because these rewards are incremental, right? So it's saying if you do 300, you get basically about 6,000 gems worth of value. But if you only do 200, you only get, 4,300 gems worth of value. So basically, you got to look at it on an incremental basis when you keep going, as opposed to a total cumulative basis. If you get it, leave a thumbs up. If you don't, listen slowly. Okay, here we go. So cumulative, incremental basis. Concentrate, not still, not concentrate. Minus that, minus that, minus that, right? So basically, it's saying to get to 50, you're going to spend 1,000 gems, and then you're going to get 1,300 back in terms of rewards and gem value. So as a minimum, you should do 50 spins. Fair enough, right? Then if you do 100 spins, another 100 spins, or get to the next 100 level, 100 spins, right? So if we go back here, if we go here, and you go here, and you say, okay, I want to get to the 100 point mark, so you got to do 100 spins. You can spend another 1,000 gems to do another 50 spins, and you're gonna get another 1,300 gems worth of reward, right? So all up, if you do 100 spins, you got to spend 2,000 gems, and you get 2,600 gems worth of goodies back. Great, fantastic, good deal, right? So then the next question is, well, Milkstool, what happens if I want to go to 200 points, right? Because there's nothing at 150 in terms of reward. I got to go to 200, right? Great answer. So to get to 200, you got to spend another 2,000 gems. But this time, at this tier, when you go from 100 spins to 200 spins, you got to spend 2,000 gems, but you're only getting 1,700 gems for the rewards back. So then all of a sudden, you're like, well, hang the fuck on. The rewards are diminishing. Like, at the start, it was a great deal. I was getting a lot of goodies, and if I do 100 spins, I spend 2,000 gems, and I get 2,600 gems for the value back. Definitely do. But if I do 200, all of a sudden, if I go from 100 to 200, the rewards get less. And then if you go from 2 to 300, I have to spend another 2,000 gems, but then the value is terrible. At the end of 300, like when I go from 2 to 300, what I get back in terms of rewards is only 1,562 gems, depending on how much you value Sigmund, right? Like I said, Sigmund for me is food, so it's only 400 gems for a Sigmund copy, right? So if it's worth more to you, it's going to be worth a much higher amount. It's going to be worth greater than 1,562. So then, all of a sudden, you can see that, well, it's absolutely worth it to do, buy these coins to do 100 spins every time this wishing coin thingamabob comes around, right? But then, basically, the math is saying beyond that, like to go from 100 to 200, like it's just stupid. Like, don't do this any more than 100 times. Every time it comes around is what the math is saying. Because cumulatively, let's say you did 300 spins, right? You're going to spend 6,000 gems, and you're only going to get back about 5,862 gems worth of value, right? Arguably, depending on what you value this Sigmund at, right? So I've only valued Sigmund at 400 gems. If you value Sigmund at 600 gems, then you're at the tipping point. It's like worth 6,000 gems in, 6,000 gems out. And you could argue, well, Milkstool, you didn't actually account for the fact that you're getting a lot of shit here as well, right? Whether it be gold, whether it be this green stuff. So, fair enough, right? When you do out the math, going back, the question I'm trying to answer is it worth buying the wishing coins from the Aspen Dungeon Merchant and the Adventure Celestial Island Merchant? Is it worth buying wishing coins from them at 25 gems per wishing coins to do the spins on this wheel, and to get the rewards, right? So because alone, just to buy each coin for 25 gems and just look at the direct rewards, you're not going to get anything. You really do. The guy's right, unfortunately. The indirect benefit of using on the wishing fountain, you have to marry the two up in order for you to actually believe that the wishing coins are actually worth 25 gems a piece. Yeah, it's borderline. I think the value is basically just, if you've got nothing else to spend your gems on, right? You're not buying scrolls, you're not buying profit orbs, then absolutely you should spend it on the wishing fountain, the wishing coins. But if you have better things to spend it on, like scrolls, which for me personally, I prioritize scrolls first. This is just where I am in the meta. Prioritize scrolls first, then I do profit orbs, then I probably do wishing coins, right? So if I had all the gems and all the money in the world, that's how I would do it, right? For some of you might be like, well, Milkstool, based on what you've told me, it's basically, if I spend 6,000 gems on wishing coins, I'm going to get at least 6,000 worth of like goodies back, more or less, depending on who the hero is that they're offering at the end of 300 spins. Fine, if that's you, go and do it. But that's the math. That's how I look at it. So anyway, I know this video has run way over. I did want to talk about Guard War, but I might do that in another video. There's nothing really exciting to talk about. I think everyone knows the strategy by now. But anyway, that's the value analysis for this week. I hope you have a great weekend ahead. Wear a mask, stay safe, don't cough on people if you're sick. Bye, guys.